In this video, I'll show you exactly why your faceless YouTube channel is performing like shit and how you can fix it. Now, if you're asking yourself, who's this guy? I'm Steffen. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with faceless YouTube channels. There at the back, you can see my play buttons, and I've also helped hundreds of people do the same. As for example, here Martins, who have helped to get to $31,000 a month, or here another student going from $200 to $400 a day, or another one making $25,000 in one single week. Now, if you're interested in getting the exact same results, just check out the first link in the video description, book a call with us, and let's see if we can help you scale your YouTube channel. And now let's go. So this video is going to be uncut. So just make sure your attention span is not like this, otherwise just click off. So the first thing, and this is the biggest thing I see with everyone, is that they pick the wrong niche. Now, I know this sounds basic and I know everyone says it, like we're going to go deeper later on in this video, but the first thing is you pick the wrong niche. Now, this, no joke, happens to 99% of people that get started with YouTube automation, because what do most people do? They have a look at like, hey, what do people actually want to see, right? Then they see, for example, a big channel posting technology videos, just as an example, or even a channel posting luxury videos, and then they just blindly go into these niches. Now, these exact people don't know what to actually do and what to do actually better, because that's what most people teach you online. You know, you don't just want to look at the big channels that are getting thousands of views, like for example here, luxury tech channel or luxury channel. You actually need to start looking at a bunch of different metrics, right? You always have to keep in mind that YouTube is a market, right? YouTube is a market. And like any other market, there is supply and demand, right? And if you don't look for a gap, if you don't look a gap in between these two, it's going to be very, very hard for you to blow up on YouTube or to actually end up making money on YouTube. So that's why we have like a few different metrics and criterias we look at when we choose a niche, all right? So you can compare this to your channel, right? I'm going to go through everything one-on-one, but if you already have a channel running and it's not performing well, you can actually compare these metrics to your niche, all right? So firstly, there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche that are consistently or constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. That means there's high demand and low supply. These two, like the high demand and low supply, are one of the most important things when it comes to YouTube. And most people just don't talk about it. And I don't know why. And that, like when I didn't, like the time I didn't know this, I was really, really struggling to, grow on YouTube, because I was always trying to compete against these big channels on YouTube. And it's going to be very hard for you. It's almost going to be impossible. How do you want to compete against a team that already has years of experience with YouTube? These guys have way more money than you to invest into videos. How do you want to compete against them? That's why we're always looking for niches where there's high demand and low supply, because often when this is the case, the video qualities aren't the best. And in most cases, it's very easy to jump into niches like this, right? I have a bunch of niche videos on this channel where you can see how these niches look like, but like how good niches look like, just have a look. And then there are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers. Now, why do I say this? Very easy, because these channels have the first mover advantage, right? So it's going to be difficult to compete against them. YouTube already trusts this channel. Why should they now go ahead and trust your channel? If they already know this channel is performing super, super well and the audience is happy with these videos, then there are very important, those smaller channels failing. This is super important, because if there are thousands of channels failing or small channels failing, why should it be different for you? Why should it be different, right? Then the niche is not older than 6 months. Now, if the niche is older than 6 months, in most cases, there is already high demand, there is still high demand, and there is also going to be high supply. So it's going to be very difficult. That's why you will always see us looking for very new niches and niches that haven't, been around for a very long time, because in most cases, those niches, have no smaller channels failing and no channels with over 100,000 subscribers. All right. Then next up, can I create better content than my competitors? This is super important. Now, you don't have to create like a lot better content. What also helps is if you just go ahead and you create longer content. right? There are many people that, for example, ask me, hey, should, like, if I go into a niche where the videos are 40 minutes, can I, instead of creating one 40-minute video, can I go ahead and create 2 times 20-minute videos, right? It's going to be very difficult for you to beat this initial 40-minute video simply because this video is going to keep people on YouTube longer than your 20-minute video, right? And YouTube is not going to basically put your 2 20-minute videos together. They're just going to look at each single video individually. And if your video doesn't beat this 40-minute video in average video duration, which is going to be super hard, YouTube is obviously going to go ahead and they are going to push this video to a bigger audience. By the way, sorry for my drawing. It's probably not the best, but I'm just, you know, it is what it is. Then, am I actually interested in this niche? This is not a must as long as you build a team that actually has interest in this niche. Why so? Very simple, because otherwise your videos are just gonna be trash, all right? Then next, very, very important, is your niche monetizable? Now, how you can check that is here, just as an example with ElevenLabs. Let me just show you. You can check it out, the first link in the video description. It's gonna help you out a lot, but here it has like a checking where it's actually checking if the channel is monetized or not. And for this one, just as an example, we can see the channel is monetized. Then huge bonus, if the channel posts long videos. Now, why is that so? Because if you post very long videos, you're gonna have a very high average video duration, and that means that YouTube can place more ads in your videos, and that means that you're gonna make more money. So you're gonna have a way higher RPM. So long videos are a huge bonus, all right? Then very important, like no joke, very, very important. Give yourself enough time to do niche research. Do not rush the process. I see way too many people just digging into niche research, finding 3, 4, 5 niches very, very quickly, and then just get started. No, you want to have a look and at least try like to find decent niches, not just any niches. Like people will literally go ahead and they will look, for example, look for luxury, just as an example, this, and then they will just scroll here a little bit and choose, okay, well, let's here, this one. This is probably good niche, right? And the people get started in this niche because they see this channel has like here, good video, here, good video, here, good video, but they don't look at, hey, what's actually going on in the niche? Like how many channels are failing? How many channels are even posting this content? And that's again where ElevenLabs comes in super, super handy, because you can, for example, click here on similar channels. Let's just wait, let it load. Then here, in-depth search. You can check out the link. I linked it in the video description. One of the best tools when it comes to niche research. Now it's basically just searching the internet for niches or for channels that are in the exact same niche as this one. And then you can already very quickly see like, hey, are they channels that are older than 6 months? Are they channels failing? Are they big channels? What exactly is happening in this niche? So ElevenLabs is really, like, no joke, I'm not getting paid or anything to say this, but it's really like a game changer tool. So this is going to analyze for quite a time now. Okay, it's done. So here we can see now already, okay, here's another channel in this niche. So let's see. You see, here's another channel. So 8 videos, 9,000 subscribers, doing quite well. It's already 7 months old. Then here another one. So you can see like here a bunch of channels that create the exact same content that channel, like the first channel I showed you. Now, just very important for me to, say, your niches don't have to be exactly like this. So it can always be a little bit off, like if it's 7 months, but it still looks very good, you can still go for it. Because if you try to get this perfect, you are going to take very long to find a niche. All right, so let's go to the next thing. Your video topics are trash. Most people pick video topics the completely wrong way. So what I see most people doing is, let's say, for example, they go to, let me just pick a different channel very quickly. Let's say, for example, they want to go into a niche like this. What most people do is they pick video topics as most popular. Now, this niche is not the best to show that. Let's take this one. So they will go to most popular and copy these videos. Now, what do you think everyone does? This is the exact thing that every single person does. You have to keep in mind that there's not just supply and demand in niches, but there's also supply and demand in video topics, which most people skip, right? So you can't just go ahead and pick this video because it performed the best on this channel. That's what everyone is gonna do. So that means there's going to be a bunch of supply on one single video topic. So if you're picking topics and you're just starting out your channel, what I would recommend you to do is very, very simple. So firstly, you have, for example, a brand new YouTube account, like for example, this one, which you know, where you can start your channel. And on that account, you only watch videos that are in your niche. All right. What's then going to happen is your whole YouTube homepage is literally going to be filled with videos from your niche and channels from your niche. What you do then is very, very simple. You go to the latest videos, not the most popular, because that's the mistake many people do. You go to the latest videos and have a look at, hey, which videos have performed very well, very recently, all right? Now, you obviously want to do this across like multiple channels, because if you just do it on one channel, it's not going to be that accurate. And you always want to try to pick the best video topic every single time. So now what we're going to look at is, like I said, the latest videos. And then we're just firstly obviously going to have a look at like, hey, what are the outlier videos, or what's the average video count on this, like view count on this channel? So you can see it's like not that high. Very recently it was a bit higher. But then we want to look at the newest videos. So max, like 5 days old. All right. The newer, the better, because then you know, like, hey, nobody has recreated that video. So for me, for example, now, if I look at these last few videos, we can see that this video here and this video and this video, these three videos are clearly outlier videos. So I would pick the best one from these three. And this is what you do for every single channel in the niche. All right. You make a huge list of all of the videos and you just have a look at, hey, which video performed the best against the subscriber count on that channel, or the average view on that channel? Which video was the biggest outlier video? And you go ahead and you recreate that video. You do not do the exact same video, but you recreate the video. All right. So picking video topics is super important, and most people do not do this correctly. And I see it over and over again. So that's why I'm actually doing this video, because this is super important and most people just don't take it serious enough. Put your time into this. It doesn't matter how good your video is. If your topic is shit, your video will not perform. Trust me. All right. So this is super important. Really take your time and make a huge list of all of your channels in all of the channels in that niche. So it's going to be way easier for you to actually pick video topics. Then let's go on. Your videos are not long enough. As I've already explained here at the top, you need to create longer videos than your competitors. Otherwise, your competitors have an unfair advantage over you. All right. So if your competitor video is 40 minutes long, you will not be able, or very hardly be able, to beat them with a 20-minute video. All right. So if their video is 40 minutes long, just times it by 1.5 and then you have your video length. All right. I always say, like, if you do like 5 minutes extra, that's also fine. But times like, especially if the videos are longer, like this one, for example, times it by 1.5 and then you have your video length. So let me show you. Okay. Like, yeah, I never can spell. I can never spell if I'm recording video. So we would just do here times 1.5 equals to 60 minutes. So now you know, hey, I would need to create a 60-minute video. And then you know how long your video should be. So always times it by 1.5 and then you know your video length. This is super important because YouTube is going to push the video that keeps people on YouTube for the longest amount of time. Now, like, so many people think that the average percentage viewed is super important, but that is not important. I've had videos that are like 1 hour long, all right, which had like a 10% average percentage viewed, and the video still performed really, really well. Why? Because from 1 hour, I think it's like 6 minutes or something, which is actually not that strong, but the videos in that niche were very, very, very short. And that's why it was very easy for me to beat these videos and still get a lot of views. So always, look at it in minutes, never an average percentage viewed. This is really important. All right. Average percentage viewed is not important at all. All right. So let's go to the next one. Your video packaging sucks. All right. It absolutely sucks. If your videos get impressions, but you're not getting views, I always say the first 10,000 views, right? The first 10,000 views normally come from your packaging, right? And if you can't get this right, then your videos aren't going to even get 10,000 views. Now, have a look at this, because many people would ask me like, hey, what is good packaging? Very simple, whatever works in your niche. Now, if you see this channel or on this channel, this works really well, then you go ahead and replicate this style of packaging almost 1-to-1. All right. You want to get as close as just possible to this video packaging, because otherwise it's not going to work. You really want to, get as close as possible to your competitor's packaging. Let's look at, for example, this video here. Or this channel. If you want to go into this, you want to hire a thumbnail designer who can create thumbnails that are very, very, very similar to this. If you want to go into this niche, you want to do the exact same thing. So, like I said, your video packaging is super important, and that's the thing that's going to get you to your first 10,000 views. As I said, just do exactly what works. A trick you can use is you can literally place your thumbnail into this channel and then have a look if you can actually spot that it doesn't fit into this channel. All right. So video packaging is super, super important. And then the last thing, which, many people think is always the reason why they're not getting views. This is no joke. The last reason why you're not getting any views is that you maybe just have a bad channel. All right. Shadow bans on YouTube are real. Okay. So if your videos, let me show you how you can see it. If your videos don't even get 100 impressions, okay, then like, hey, okay, maybe my channel isn't good. There's a difference though. Do not say like, hey, my video isn't even getting 100 impressions after it has been posted for 2 hours or something. All right. You have to post at least 5 videos to even like say that my channel is shadow banned. At least 5 videos. And if this happens, you just take these 5 videos and you post them to another channel, right? And if they also don't work on that channel, to be honest, then I would just go back to step 1 and start with niche research again. All right. Because then it might just be a bad niche and YouTube doesn't see any space way to push the videos. But shadow bans are real. So always, have a look at your impressions, especially if you don't get any views from browse. Then it's a huge sign that your channel might be shadow banned. And then how you can actually avoid this is just warm up your YouTube channel. Just for 5 to 7 days. Like the longer you do it, the better it's obviously going to be. But all you do is you just act on and watch videos on that account as a normal human being. Okay. Don't act like a bot. Don't like go ahead and like every single video you watch. Just like one video, maybe 2 here and there, comment somewhere, subscribe to some channels. Just don't act like a bot, because if you act like a bot, then your YouTube channel is again going to be shadow banned. All right. So especially in the beginning, warm up your account. Let me know if you guys want to see a complete video on exactly how to warm up YouTube accounts. But this are basically the biggest reasons why YouTube channels don't perform well. Yes, so let me know. Let me know in the comments actually which one of these would fit to your channel. That would be very interesting. And then keep in mind, if you want to, get the same results as Martin Scott, here another one that we took to $11,000 a month. If you want to hear another one, $23,000 a month. If you want to get the same results, just check out the first link in the video description. And then we'll book a call and see if you would be a great fit, and we'll help you until you hit 10K a month. And then we'll see each other in the next video again.